Hey, do us a big favor. We've been talking to our directors and a lot of our editors, and they've been saying that the analytics are coming back, and right, that if we would really appreciate it if you hit the subscribe button. And I think the graphic that's coming up on the screen right now that's just gorgeous is on that side right there. Right? I think it's right there. Yeah, it's got to be right there.
Yeah, it's got to be right there.
Yeah. See this right here? It's right there.
Yeah.
Hit the subscribe button and like and show us some love because it really helps the algorithm.
Yeah, definitely hit the subscribe button. And definitely like this video if you're actually watching this podcast.
Yeah,
that really helps us
it.
out a lot. Our shorts are getting views, but our podcast is not, and that's totally fine. I understand the short content, and some people don't want to have the the longevity to watch a whole podcast, and I wouldn't either. Yeah. And then most of the time, there's only a few podcasts I actually watch the whole thing. If you don't want to watch the whole thing, that's fine. Throw us a like and a comment. Just help the algorithm, please.
Please do. We would really appreciate it.
We would. So with these ones, you can only go forward, so you can't go backward. And to become kinged, I get this one over here. I get kinged. Now I can go all over. I can go forward and backward, but you have to go diagonal. You can't go straight up or down.
Let's get into the zone. I like how both of our mics seem to be a little bit farther away.
Are they?
I think so.
I wouldn't know.
Oh, this coffee that we're drinking right now.
Test.
Just
test 1 2 test.
It's coursing through my whole body.
Yeah.
I feel like a Avenger that just recovered from COVID. That's how this cup of coffee feels. If I was an Avenger and just recovered from like COVID-19, you would still have like the superpowers, but you'd be recovering from COVID-19.
Right.
So it'd be so that's how this coffee is making me feel like a recovering Avenger.
It is pretty strong. I do feel pretty lifted.
You want to know why I think I make really strong coffee? And I don't mean to. I just make really good coffee to me. And I drink it black. Although no, we have oat milk in this one. We do have oat milk. And here we go. I'm going to say this a lot. You're going to hear me say this a lot. This cast is, as a nurse, I do drink a lot of coffee on the job. I have cut back a lot, but some days I drink a lot. And so I'm used to I actually don't drink too much in the afternoon. So right now it's like 7. And so like a cup of coffee at 7 is kind of late. So we'll be pretty up, most of the night, or till late. But like at work, it's like noon. You're like, God, man, I need a cup of coffee. Mm-hmm. So you just go get one. Keurig. Ice.
Your coffee experience is intense.
Oh yeah, I don't enjoy it at work. I do not enjoy it. Like, this is enjoyable. This is like, hey Zach, by the way, did you come here on your motorcycle?
Of course I did.
Do you want to introduce this podcast? Do you want to say subscribe? How do you want to do it?
Welcome to episode 12.
Episode 12.
Everybody.
Are we going to always say that? Welcome to the next, we'd say the number?
I don't know.
I think we have to now.
I mean, we've been doing it.
Welcome to episode 5,822.
If we get to 5,822, I'm going to show my cock on this podcast.
No, you...
Dude, if we get to 5,282, I'm showing my cock on this podcast.
Seeing how we're going, you'll be canceled before you even get to that point. It'll be like...
I'm already canceled.
Everything will be AI, and you'll be like, here comes my... This has been canceled. This program has been canceled. The future... What if
that's what happened when you got canceled? Is it would legit on all your social medias just be like, this program has been canceled. This influencer has been canceled.
Oh, that's basically what's happening right now. That happens all the time, which maybe for a lot of these fuckers, they deserve it, but maybe they don't. Who knows? I'm not here to judge.
It's honestly,
we're just here
dude,
to join the fun.
With how
Let us in. We're just going to squeeze ourselves right into that YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. What else have we got posting on? You're posting on...
Facebook, Instagram.
I already said these.
TikTok.
I already said these.
YouTube.
Okay. I said them all. We're just going to squeeze our little way right in.
I'm really not doing anything on Twitter. We have a Twitter account that I just do not use.
It's a fucking dumpster fire. Don't ever go on Twitter.
I know. And Elon buying it, I think, makes me never want to use it again.
Oh, no. Don't say that. Elon. Elon.
That was good. I like that a lot.
Yeah, that's how I've noticed online, like that one video, because we don't read the comments, just all of them. I just read all of them.
We don't read any comments, just all of them.
That one about anything about Elon, I was always
Yeah.
It's like no comments, and I was on like Elon, all praise Elon. It's hilarious. But,
He is quite praised.
Whatever, man. Billionaires can do whatever they want. Well.
Did you see that picture of the mosquito that had a tag on it? It had a number and a tag, and it was a mosquito.
What do you mean?
Creepy. It's a robot mosquito that was found.
Nah, I mean, whatever, man. It's a vaccine. Vaccine mosquitoes, man.
It makes you question some
COVID-19
shit,
vaccine mosquitoes.
I don't know. It makes me nervy.
Nerd makes me nerdy.
Makes me nervy.
You know what's funny is like neemed. Have you ever neemed your car? Remember when we said that?
Yeah.
Now I'm just like ready for whenever we make little word mistakes.
Oh, no.
We're just going to get obliterated in the comments.
You know what's really tough?
It's like, man, you look really nice. I mean, nice. Oh, nice.
It's great. It's great content. I love it.
Stupid.
You know what's really great about editing those shorts is whenever we're talking at the same time or anything, the subtitles automated generated through Premiere is just a joke. It's like, oh, okay, I'll just type everything we're saying. And it takes so long to just get everything right, especially with like the neemed short that I did.
Oh, yeah.
It was just I had to type out neemed every time and also change everything.
AI, they'll get
better.
The AI will get better. They'll get better. They'll be able to figure it out so fast and so efficient. They'll think what we're going to say before we even want to say it.
Oh, dude, some of the AI technology coming out right now.
No.
I've been doing a lot with Dahlia 2 and also like Midjourney. You've been following any of those where they do AI generated pictures? You basically just give it a prompt. Dude, it's amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's going to be the future of album art is what they're saying. It's the future of album art is going to be AI generated.
Everything is going to be AI generated. I mean, right now, if we wanted to like find some program that could tell us what to say, that's what Will Sasso's new podcast is. It's just like the AI, like this is what the world of the world wants you to say this. Now say this.
I
now do this.
I wonder what that's really going to do.
I think that's a really good segue into, welcome to podcasts. Welcome TBs, our wonderful TBs. Still lands, those boys fans.
I mean, I'm not a follower of that, but I mean, you should take it. You should do your thing.
What's up, TBs? Thanks for joining us. Welcome back, those boys fans, to episode 12. And let's get it going.
Let's fly.
So we know last week we kind of laid down a little bit more of our mission statement and some more. It was a much more, I don't know, would you say serious, less humorous podcast? The last cast, we like.
I think it was a good mix of both.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a good mix of both.
Definitely towards the end, we got pretty serious, but we needed to be.
And and we got a new. I think before we even jump in,
we got a new those boys tube sign.
Those boys tube sign. You can like do shit with it. So, but one of the things that we did bring up that was pretty, I think, more specific to our focus this cast and what our niche is going to be is just kind of the world of our story and our conversation around our experience with religion and religious trauma of our past. And we've had a lot of healing through a lot of different practices and experiences. And it seems like that practice never ends. Mm-hmm. Do you have anything that you want to say just on our mission statement or about like that?
Yeah. I mean, I think there's just a societal like stigma that comes along with being raised with religion, especially in the Christian faith, Catholic faith, whatever you want to lump into that.
Any faith?
Any faith.
Well, right now, I think should we stay focused, not to interrupt, but just, I mean, ours is like,
I think that's where our roots.
California Christian.
Yeah, California Calvary Chapel Christian.
Chapel specific, non-Pentecostal, I think, right? All that shit.
That's just what we can speak on. And I think that anyone's going to relate to us, it's going to be in that realm. But anyone with religious trauma, I think, could relate to anything we have to say about it. We really don't, our goal isn't to necessarily just to be blatant to like throw any negative connotation towards religion or towards Christianity or the church in general. It's more of to lend a voice.
I mean, that's our goal. Our goal is to not have hate.
Yeah, no, we're not trying
to.
I feel like the second you say, oh, we need to talk about a religious trauma, it instantly brings up this idea that we're going to hate on the church.
Well, I mean, just from you, like, let's take religion out of it first. Can you just tell me in your experience, like we're talking about internal trauma, right? It's like mental health. And so what is trauma? What do you mean by trauma in this sense?
Well,
could you define it even?
There's so many different directions it can go.
I've done a lot of research this last week online of just what's out there for religious trauma. And there is so much more than I ever met. Like, I've never really gone online and looked up, I guess, like, I've had a therapist for years, right? And like my experience is just, I've had my own personal experience. And that's why we're doing this, is to talk about what we've done and how we've grown, and also to hopefully connect with, if you're out there, and you're watching this right now and you're in the church or you're in a family, and obviously you probably love your family, or maybe you hate your family and you think maybe some religious trauma. That's like our goal, is we want to connect with you. We want to connect with anybody and everybody out there that it can relate to us. And even if you are upset with us, give us your worst.
Tell us if you're
your worst.
If you're upset with us, talk to us about it. I think that's the biggest thing that we want to do, is open up the conversation. I feel like we were raised so much to not talk about not being Christian, or to not talk about these things.
Sure, yeah.
Where it's like, I think we should talk about it, and I think we should talk about our upbringing and try to bring other people that want to talk about their upbringing too in the church. And I really would love if in the future we get a balance of both, where people that are still strongly following the faith and raising kids in it, that we can kind of communicate with too.
Wouldn't you say online that you see so much these days of like this whole new modern Christian movement that's like TikTok all over the internet, and like, it's almost like there's like this whole movement that is the cool modern, like, you can, like, it's like, no, I'm a homosexual and I'm a Christian. Like, and there's like this whole community of, and I didn't even know that. And that's what we learned recently through connections of like, this whole modern Christian world that is like of our generation, more millennials and like Gen Z, that is like still 100% founded in the church and the Christian church, but like all accepting of people's decisions in their lives. And which personally to me sounds even more confusing.
It sounds very contradictory.
It just seems like another like faker. Like, if you want to get like serious about what's in the Bible. Yeah, no. You want to be real serious what's in the Bible, then that's where religious trauma, I don't know, like, it's hard to not have religious trauma with where we are in life now, with if you follow the Bible truly. Like, would you say our parents and our family growing up, like, I saw Dad as somebody that was like, if people asked me like what church to go to, who to go to, it was like, oh, Dad was chill. He was like, but that is a man that will like give his life for the faith. He'll give up, maybe he'll even give up our family for the faith. It was always like, that is a man that is dedicated.
But we were also raised to give up our family too for the faith.
Exactly. It was like, it was kind of you're right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Was that, I mean, what you just said right there, is that like a traumatic?
Oh, for sure. That's part of it. Until I was about 19, I wanted to die for Jesus. I had dreams.
Wanted to?
For sure, dude. I mean, that was like a glorified way to go. Be a missionary across the world and get shot in the head because you said you wouldn't give up Jesus.
You really believed that. Like, that's what you would think as a kid. You would be like, because the way I know what you're trying to say, and let me see if I can help, or just like, because that sounds like as a kid, that's a crazy thing to think, but not saying that's
well, you never had like hypothetical conversations.
No, like, absolutely. It was more of like, I went on a lot of missions trips and I had a lot of experiences of thinking like, I know we both, we went a lot together, we went separate. And I think that like my thought, like just the thought I would have as a kid was like, oh, if it comes down to a gun being pointed at me someday and the person says, you know,
deny Jesus
or I'll kill you right now. And I'd be like proud in my head as a kid to be like,
never
shoot me now. Take me if this is the way, Lord. Like, that's literally as a kid, I have that. So I think that's maybe what you're getting at.
Yeah. I would have these, I've had this conversation with Dad multiple times.
Oh, really?
And in my older age, I would say like we had this conversation like 4 years ago again. And it's always, what would you do, Dad? I was always asking him, what would you do? And the last time I talked to him, he was like, if it's ever me, that's an easy answer for me. He's like, but if you put your mother in my place and someone hold a gun to her head, I don't know what I would do. And it's like, that's good to hear.
It's honest.
That's love. That's true love.
Do you feel that he would have said that when we were kids?
Oof. I don't know.
Do you think that's just because of our perspective as kids, or do you think it was because things were
being
different?
Children had something to do with it. Times were really different back then.
Is it weird to think that our dad was like our age when we were experiencing this religious trauma? He was in his 30s.
Yeah. When did they have Natalie?
I mean, I'm 32. You're 30.
Yeah.
Evan's 11. I remember being Evan's. I was playing Cajon.
Mom had Natalie at 19, right? Or was it?
No. We'll probably get this totally wrong, but like they were young. Mom got married, I think like 20, and then it was like 21, 23, and 25 or something like that. It was just like 24 or something, but she had all three before she was 25, I think.
Yeah. So they were both in their 30s when I was born. By the time
we
I
should
was
probably.
alive.
I mean, we have this. I have this on my phone. With the phones right there.
I mean, we don't need it. We don't need it perfect.
Point,
so yeah, they had all three kids by the time they were 30.
Right. So they were just like, and I was just talking with Megan about this today, that when you really zoom out and you go, okay, where am I at right now? And I have Evan. So there's always this perspective of like, you know, parents always tell you, oh, you'll understand when you have kids. And it's like, yeah, you're right. I just don't think maybe, I don't want to be judgmental here, but it's possible you weren't thinking the same way. Like, I just see even clearer now what was going on in my childhood because of what's going on, and seeing how I am in my 30s and how much I feel to be really more at peace and softer love and really embracing true happiness and contentment in my life, and trying to be the best version of that daily for Evan is like, and he's being raised by his other family, you know, and like this strict Christian same mentality, and he's like combating me. It's like a whole circle, and I'm like, I am seeing a lot clearer now being a father with Evan, but it's almost more traumatic at times to be like, holy shit, like that mom and dad were our age right now with the intense experiences we were having. All of them was like these years.
Yeah.
And you know, building into your 20s, like kids are young, and then all of a sudden it's like Evan's 11, like soon he's starting to say things where I'm like, yeah, buddy, I remember this. Like I was saying shit, and I have such vivid memory of the talk back and trying to this because it was like traumatic memory imprints, just like da, 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 da. We both had extremely different childhoods.
100%, way different, dude,
and
so different. Especially even in our later teens, you had a whole different like 17 to like 20 for you was the complete opposite of 17 and 20 for me. No, I wouldn't say the complete opposite, but just so different. Yeah. I stayed at mom and dad's for a really long time, and then I didn't really move out. I moved out when I was 18.
Are you, a lot of your friends just growing up, or people, I don't know, like in your experience learning yourself, do you know if like a lot of younger, like the youngest siblings, do they stay at home longer? Have you seen that in your friendships or anybody?
After 2008 housing crash, it was just really common for kids not to move out.
Good point.
Before then, though, it was you move out the second you're an adult.
So I graduated high school in 2008, and I got, you know, like
pushed out.
Sure. I mean, I know that I've said to you that like one of the ways that you and I have learned how to really accept each other's past is just by listening to each other's experiences, because like the way I experienced versus the way you experienced, we see each other's pasts maybe differently than how each other experienced them.
Oh, of course.
And so I felt very much kicked out.
Well, and if we hyper analyzed it, you were 100%.
But like for me, it doesn't feel hyper. It just feels like a lot of the healing I've had to do or what I've done is by accepting. I've had to make the definite decisions on how I've experienced things based on like how I can move on. And so by being like, there's this, no, you weren't really kicked out, and we wanted you, and like all of that mentality is this feeling of like, it doesn't have to be the experiences have to be clear, cut and dry. Like you're out of here. It was like, we're talking so much years of like real abuse, really traumatic experiences where it was like, there was that experience. We had our big blowout. That is just like in brain forever, you know?
Which we can talk about at some point if we really want to. I think that's when I think of some trauma in my life, you being kicked out and me being a part of the reason why you were kicked out, and that whole experience, I think damaged me drastically, and especially our relationship. And I was 15, you were just turned to 18, I think. And yeah, there's a lot of trauma there. When I think about some of the trauma we put up with, that was a big part of it.
Yeah. I mean, absolutely.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't want to talk about it right now.
No, absolutely not. But I think that like this is why we're here.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
This is what we're trying to be like
and
honest about.
I think we can relate a lot of the trauma that I think we're going to bring up in the coming episodes and future episodes and whatever, if people call in, whatever we want to do. The religious trauma, anytime I talk to someone else that I know has had some religious trauma, I relate deeply and they relate to me, and we can talk about things very on a deep note. I think we can
create a safe space.
We can create a very safe space.
Hopefully, yeah. You know, and that's our goal.
And the hope is just no conflict. It's just about communicating, and it's just about talking.
The conversation. And even about our trauma.
Yeah.
And like, I'm really excited to talk about it. All of our experiences together.
No hate for our parents. I love our parents so much.
Oh man, I love them more and more the older I get.
I know.
Because I love myself more and more.
I feel like
I'm accepting myself more, which makes me accept them as just humans, man. Like we're just people. I mean, it's easy to get wrapped up in reactive emotional tissue, like that tinginess or the fringe, like, you know, like, and like it's easy and like, and there's like, so if there are people in this world that are really good at what I would say, like pushing my buttons,
it's always your parents, dude.
It's them, man. They really know how to like, and I'm like,
yeah. But I think what I was trying to get at is I think anyone that could just hear, oh, you had a religious trauma, it was enforced by your parents. It's like, well, we did have some strongly religious parents, but I love my parents to death, and I don't blame them for my religious trauma. You know, I think being raised by your...
That's so powerful, man.
You think so?
Yeah, I know so, because there was only two people in your life that decided your path.
I have trauma with my parents. I think everyone has trauma with their parents.
Everyone has traumatic. I mean, that's part of life.
But when I look at the trauma I have with religion and everything that entailed, that also directed my parents to parent me a certain way.
You don't think mom and dad, specifically in our experience? Anyways, well, this actually is a great segue to transition into, I think that we're noticing right now that our podcast is going to go pretty long, focusing on this area of religious trauma. And this conversation is practice for us. We've been talking about it together our whole lives, and now we're doing it public.
It also, I mean, just to be straight honest, it makes us incredibly nervous to be open with our religious trauma, to be open about any of this. This runs so deep in not only our family, but in a lot of friends' families and people that are still very much involved in the church.
Yeah.
So it's nerve-wracking. It's very nerve-wracking.
In our city, in our county right now, like we grew up in a church in our local community and our families. Our dad's been a pastor almost probably like 30 plus years now. It feels like, I don't know, 25, 30 years. And so we grew up in the same area, knowing a lot of the church drama, a lot of pastors' backgrounds, and a lot of things you're just not supposed to maybe know. But fascinating enough, here we are with cameras and the internet and podcasts to realize, as we're getting to episode 12, and as we talked with our graphic designer, once again, Chantel Bogue, who just kind of like helped us be more honest about what we want to do here, is we're always going to be funny. We're always going to bring sarcasm. How do you think we've coped our whole entire fucking lives? Which is something we learned from our father. And I think that's been a huge benefit, but that to be also really real and honest and raw and serious. And I think that for me, I don't get nervous about it as much as I get really excited to feel like there's a lot to talk about. And that excitement is nerves. It's like, it can be radical at times to be like, oh my God, we're having the conversation.
Yeah.
Oh man. And like, there's just a lot here. And so, with that, we are playing checkers tonight.
Right.
And so
you won the last game, so why don't you go first, my friend?
I did win the last game. Thank you.
I mean, dude, I had to let you win Moncala, man. I couldn't beat you a third time.
Let's get it.
Get it, big guy. Just to be clear, we both had to relearn how to play checkers before this podcast.
Make a couple moves here, baby.
I'm going in with the zero strategy here.
I'm learning how this goes. Like, if we play a couple moves, I'm going to bring the mic like this.
Okay.
I'm going to take, so we have to move diagonal in checkers. You can only go from one spot to the next, but I have to move up, and you can't move the front line here back, as we learned. So diagonal first, and you have to hop over each other. You can hop over multiple if it's in the same line.
But hopping over takes yours out.
Yes, exactly. And you can make a king or queen chess piece or checker piece, whatever you want. Let's go.
I have no strategy here. I'm just hoping for the best.
I don't think there is any strategy, baby.
Oh, there's got to be a strategy.
Ooh, what's up? I'm right on you, baby. I'm right on you. It's what you know. What's weird is I can't remember for the life of me the last time I played checkers.
Probably in youth group at some point, or in like kids class.
We played so many fun games in youth group, and one of the things about church, man, was like 3 camps a year. All the like when I was like anybody I've talked to, they're like, "You went to like summer camps?" And I'm like, "I've been to 55 summer camps."
Yeah, but it wasn't the summer camps.
How did you go to that many summers? You've only had 32. I went to 55 summer camps.
3 every summer, and I've read the Bible 482 times.
I read the Bible all the way through once. I just don't think I really read all of it. I think I thought I read.
I would just always read Psalms because it was just more exciting for me.
Like they're songs.
They're just music.
No, they're psalms. No, they're songs. Psalms.
Psalms.
Oh man, you're getting me set up here, baby.
Let me do a triple bounce on you right here in a second. You legit have to move where I can take you.
Yeah, I know.
That's tough.
But I think that's part of the game, right? It's like getting it somewhere where, well, at some point I'm going to have to go crooked or else they all just get stacked.
Yeah, you can't go backwards either.
Oh, shit. Boom. Protect that one from the back. You see the black piece here protects it. Because if you go there, then I run back. +2. If you round the 3, actually, that's how you win, right? That's how you win. That's how you win.
Why'd you do that, dude?
Watch.
Why'd you do that?
I'll tell you why.
I don't know why you did that.
Go for it.
Okay.
Beautiful. All right, let's move on here. Seemed like a good transition. One of the things that I found on Reddit, so this is from Reddit, and was a thread or whatever you call those. What do you call a Reddit? A Reddit forum. On religious trauma. It's called religious trauma. You can find this on Reddit called religious trauma, the forum. And there is just a lot of people online. There's not many people following this exact one, but it's a great source of if you have a lot to say, if you want to just anonymously get things off your chest, the fucking internet's there to do that. And so I found this person who was anonymous and shared their story. And I think this is a great way to just use humanity and people's experience maybe in this country and with Christianity and see if we relate. And if we relate to people's experience, maybe we can just share how we relate from our experience. And if you're watching this ever and you think this is your story or you relate to this story so much, because a lot of what I'm finding online is just what feels to be like basic experiences that we all relate to. So I'm going to go ahead and read this. And I was thinking that I want you just to like go for it and take whatever you feel from it. Okay.
Go for it.
This person says, glad to have found this forum. Please enjoy this rant from a recovering Christian. Well, here I am. I'm a 28-year-old guy. So that's pretty damn close to us. Yeah. That grew up in a very Christian family. I've been open about my atheism for about 5 years now. About 3 years ago, I married a wonderful woman and we moved across the United States together. I don't have much contact with anyone from my family these days. So I'm going to point out some things. This person walked away from the faith when they were, I've been open about my atheism, so they're not really saying when they walked away, but they're, I guess I just want to get some of the fucked up and ridiculous things I had to deal with growing up as a Christian off my chest. Here's a list. How many people in life want it? Like everyone wants to get things off their chest. It's like, so fuck yeah, go for it.
Yeah, get some shit off your chest, dude.
So number 1 here, okay? They say dad obsessed with end times. Used to freak me the fuck out about talking about how the end was extremely close. All the prophecy was unfolding, etc. Did you, what do you have to say about that?
100%.
Explain. What's 100%?
You're always confronted with the book of Revelations and how everything's laid out perfectly and something happened in Israel and see, it's written in the Bible here, therefore it's prophecy. And at any moment now the rapture is going to happen. And if you're not being perfect, you're not going to heaven. That's the way it felt.
Interesting.
I don't think I just to rephrase, I don't think I was told that if you're not being perfect, you're not going to go to heaven, but it felt that way.
I mean, it might feel like we have to always remind people that, like, this is how it's felt. And I'm like relating to it now as like in my 30s looking back. And so hopefully it's, you know, like, So that's, do you remember the book of Revelations, who was the author or the person whose prophetic experience it was?
Was it Job?
Not Job.
No, that's a whole different book.
Job is like the life I have right now. Suffering. Just kidding.
Dude, I don't remember now.
John. You got close. You were close. John, yeah. John's revelation. I'm pretty sure if like the Apostle John had the revelation of the end times.
Yeah. See, that just even that sentence. Yeah.
You know, I think that there's like a story when I think about end times and like, instead of just thinking about trauma, like one of these camps we were at, here's a story. And it was like it was a Camp Alta. Remember Camp Alta spring camp?
The spring camp one. Yeah.
One of the funnest camps ever. Yeah. Guys always prank the girls prank the guys, you know, they never allowed to like be alone together. And you'd like go off into the forest every morning and do your like devotions for 2 hours in the cold. But we still had like a ton of fun because you're just camping with your best friends because your friends are in the youth group. And, but there was one, I remember we were on bunk beds and it was like a dorm type situation. And dad was in one bottom bunk, like the youth pastor and dad and the pastor, like the counselors, whatever, would sleep on the other. There was like a wall dividing these bunk beds. And so I remember like, I just wanted to go and sleep with dad, like on like the other side of his bunk bed. So like he was like on the bottom one and I was on the other bottom one. And, or maybe I was on the top, but like there was like one bunk bed or one bed, like another bed. So it was like 2 and 2 or 1 and 1. And, to the middle of the night. And all of a sudden, like I just wake up and there's just air horns going off because the girls had like pranked our dorm or whatever. And they put air horns in our room at like 3 a.m. and just like literally worked so well. Everybody. And all these kids are like junior high, like maybe some freshmen, sophomore in high school, like screaming, like, and I'm laying down and I wake up. Yeah.
Rapture.
Yeah, exactly. I wake up. Thanks for taking my story. But basically, yeah.
Oh, is that what actually happened?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's that story I've always said, right? But like that is like what I thought of this is like, it's not necessarily like a traumatic experience. When I think of our father, like, I mean, talk about somebody that talked about the end times a lot growing up, and to the point where I don't even think he maybe would ever accept this being the case, but how I remember it was he woke up out of sleep and he was like, Rapture! And that was like the first thing that came out of his mouth. And I was like, as a kid, I remember thinking like, what?
Why would there be air horns?
Oh, horns.
Oh, it does
the
say
horns
in the Bible,
in heaven.
Yeah.
And so like him out of sleep, I remember thinking like our dad out of
what
sleep is like,
obnoxious heavenly horns that would be.
Yeah,
you're in heaven!
It's like, welcome to heaven.
What? Judgment Day.
Gold,
what?
Like reflecting gold.
Turns out heaven's pretty miserable.
Yeah, heaven's great. Can't see. Gotta wear. Take your sunglasses.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Oh, what is that? Earplugs. Got it. Horns are loud. It's bright.
Bright.
Do you guys ever turn this shit down? No, it's okay. No. All right. Good night. But yeah, so like, that's how I remember dad. Like, not only did dad, I think like dad obsessed with end times used to freak me the fuck out. Like, I don't know if I was ever scared. I just like, I thought of it like Hollywood. It felt like a movie. It felt like, remember Left Behind?
Yeah. I just came up on my Amazon Prime, dude. The Left Behind movie, the first one that came out. Yeah, dude.
And here we are dropping it on the cast.
I know.
What was that actor's name? I can you remember the actor's name?
I know his face. I don't remember his name.
Oh my God. Yeah. And like how their clothes were perfectly folded.
Yeah.
So it was like, and everyone else left behind. Like,
dude, when I saw that movie, I had so much fear of the rapture growing up. So much fear. I always thought it was happening. And anytime I'd get left home alone, I'd have a panic attack because I would think
No.
that my mom and
Really?
dad got raptured and I'm home alone and I didn't get raptured because I had this thought this one time, and I'd have so much anxiety
Really?
over not being raptured. Yeah.
Oh my God.
But when I saw that movie, I was like, why would Jesus fold their clothes?
Why would Jesus fold their? Why would the angels spend the time folding the clothes?
Why did they fold the clothes?
Like, did any other kids? Have you ever seen Left Behind and you thought the same thing? Why are the
Why did they
clothes
fold the
folded?
clothes?
Plus, give them to the homeless who didn't have an opportunity to, you know. Actually, the homeless are the ones that are like the most vulnerable. That get wrapped into like these AA Christian obsessive programs that are like, if you want to get off boobs and drugs, you need to go to church. You need to go to church. The Lord will be your crutch now.
Yeah. 100%.
Feeds some sort of similar dopamine release, you know, like when I think of like, now dopamine's a motivational neurotransmitter. When I think of like church and afterglow, 2 hours, it's like heroin.
Yeah, dude. 100%. Just like that.
Yeah.
So many. Yeah, just like that.
Just like this. And I'm not mocking.
Interesting. Dude, we can get into so many topics. I just am having flooded with like, yeah, dude, I'm having a lot of thoughts right now about doing that and afterglows at youth camps and bawling my eyes out.
Bawling.
And
Bawling.
worshiping these worship
Like
leaders.
12 years, like Evan's age, bawling under the
Bawling.
stars at like 3 hours. Lord,
Begging.
we have come.
Yeah.
Everyone's okay.
Yeah.
But it was powerful. Like when I look back on it, I think that's what's insane is that it's so real.
Such a powerful experience to have at a young age.
I will always stand here today or sit here today before you and tell you that I do have regrets, but when we didn't know any better and we were able to experience such wildly spiritual experiences that have been happening in humanity forever, those were the moments that I felt like I really felt it. Whether you want to call it mind manipulation or deep breathing for, you know, you put a bunch of kids outside and they're worshiping with a crazy cool band and they're just like singing is deep breathing, you know, and you do that for like an hour, you're going to start like hyperventilating and meditating.
That's
you know?
how they get you, man, is the worship.
It's just like you're in there for like an hour. And so it's like, I didn't know, but all I know is I still deep breathe now and I meditate today and that shit works.
Yeah.
So, and like we play music. That's what we do. So it's like, and music sets me free.
Yeah.
You know, it's like if I wanted just solo, you know, like that's the thing about drums. They're loud. They drown out my thoughts and I can just be like, and then not have to like really think. So all of that is like packed into these afterglows. And I'm like, in those afterglows, I even remember like when I started to learn about psychedelics, I would think like, I wonder if psychedelics will be similar to that times 10. Because I'm trying to get there, man.
Yeah.
Because every like afterglow, I'd be like, get me there. And I had visions at these afterglows too. Vivid, like visions that I remember even to this day that I will stay true to like be like, no, I experienced these like visions.
What would you in those moments,
Psycho.
in those moments when you would feel all that emotion in these afterglows, worship experiences where it would bring you to tears, make you feel a certain way. You would feel it's Jesus. You'd feel Jesus is what it was. What would be going through your head? What would be like, I have mine when I think of those moments where I'd feel so overwhelmed. It was overwhelmed with, I thought I was being forgiven for my guilt. I would feel so guilty about everything I did before I was worshiping that day. And now I'm forgiven. And then tomorrow's sins, I'd have to worship just as hard. It was like always like all of my guilt for the things I thought I was doing wrong on a daily basis, my sinful thoughts, my sinful nature as a human. I would be like, right in this moment, I'm forgiven. Right in this moment, fully forgiven. But I got to make up for it. Like I attach a lot to this guilt.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Do you still?
Oh yeah. But I mean, I just have a different perspective on everything now about being alive and what human is. And so my guilt is more like when I feel it and it brings me anxiety, I'm like, that's just my trauma.
So I wouldn't, I really believe, man, that like your experiences are going to, like, as we talk about them down to the specifics of like these church and repetitive, so much church, so many camps, so many afterglows, so many worship leaders, so many pastors, so many youth groups, so many prayer sessions. Like, I mean,
But no, answer that question.
Yeah, no. So I'm trying to answer it that like I felt like a leader everywhere I went.
Yeah.
I felt like people were watching me everywhere. I was judged everywhere I went, in the sense of like, if I didn't live up to the stature that I could be, like people would pull me aside, like youth pastor, and they'd be like, hey, you know, like, I know there's more in you. I know you got more in you. Like, I know you can do better. And I'd be like, yeah, I know I can. I know I can be a better Christian. I can be a better leader. I can like be president of the Christian club, which I was. 7th and 8th grade of junior high, I was president of the Christian club. So I always felt like I was a leader. I had to lead. So I like did pray at the pole, meet at the pole,
I get
all that.
Yeah.
And so everything about church for me wasn't like when it was time to worship, when it was time to afterglow, when it was time to pray.
It was the image.
It was time to shine.
Yeah.
Time to go. And I was good at it.
I started to feel that way once I started doing worship. Once I started got on the worship team.
And I just think that that's just I mean, tell me if I'm wrong. I just think that like, you know, Natalie being the oldest, me the middle, and then you being the youngest, like that probably being the youngest sibling has an effect, right? Like, I mean, I had like I felt like I felt very, very responsible over everything about you growing up. Even as a kid, I felt extremely responsible for my younger brother. I'd feel bad. Even if I was a punk and like would leave you at home, I would always feel guilty that I wasn't including you, but I didn't know how to be my own person. We were so different. Like as kids, we really separated. And I think that like we were conditioned and put in certain situations, but like, not to get sidetracked, but when it comes to the afterglow, I mean, I'd go to these afterglows and I would literally, as a kid, I'd be like, I know I'm capable of having a vision tonight. Dad has told me I'm a prophet. He says that I have prophecy. I can see things of the future. I know I can do this. I know I can do this. I know I can do this. Like I love Star Wars. And so there was this real bleeding of like,
you have the Force,
of
Luke.
like mysticism and like mythology. And it was almost like I always knew it wasn't for me, however you want to say that. Like I knew I was playing something and I was a really good player. And like like looking back on it, it's hard to remember being so pure in it. But yeah, like afterglows were where it was like kids looked up to me and how I was front row of the afterglow and other kids were scared to sing. So for the first 20 minutes, I'd be there like doing a little dance, singing with my eyes closed, and I looked good doing it. And all these other kids would watch, I'd know they'd be watching me. And all of a sudden I would get into it. And then I'd turn around and all these other kids would be worshiping with me. The next thing you know, we'd all be I'd raise my hands and all the other kids would raise their hands with me. I led so much shit like that. So I always felt responsible for groups. I always felt like I had to be somebody. I wanted to be just like Dad, like the right joke at the right time, the right thing to say. I always wanted to, there's a question, I got you. You know, and so that had serious consequences in my young early adult life, you know, of being like, I know what's in you. Want to hear me? Nope. You want to hear me talk? Fuck you. I mean, forget it.
Seriously though.
Yeah. That emotional trauma. It's like you kind of see the world, like when you walk away from the church and you trying to get your shit together. And it's like everybody, like all these emotions. I don't know. I've always felt very in tune with like my place. And then as like, well, I don't even know if that makes sense, but like as a kid, I felt like I was forced to always know my place. So it was like, if you're going to be in a prayer session, what's your place, Nathan? You're a leader. You pray and you pray good. Pray about the right things. And so like, I wanted to be a pastor, you know, I don't know if you remember, but like I wanted to go to Hungary. I wanted to go to a Christian Bible college in high school, the Hungary Christian Bible College. And I was looking into it. I called other people that had gone there and I was like emailing them and I was like, what's it like? And I'm going to meet my future wife at a Hungary Bible college. You know, like wild. And like, so I always thought that I wanted to go to Bible college in Hungary and the church was going to pay for 100% scholarship. It's like travel the world, all of that.
Yeah.
My place was to succeed. So I think of our lives now, and I never stopped that that motivation for me was like, so like as a kid, it was like, I don't hate the church. I don't hate my parents. I don't hate anybody, but fuck you. I'm out.
Yeah.
And that's what it was. But it was like in my heart, I was like, I'm so sorry, Zach. So sorry, Natalie. I'm so sorry. Like I felt so wrong
Yeah.
because every afterglow, every experience, I was a leader. And like when I would say that, like parents would come to me at church and be like, hey, will you please talk to our son? We brought him. And I'd be like, yes. So I was in peer helping in high school and I'd go and talk to suicidal kids in school. No other kid wanted to, like in that class, wanted to go talk to kids because they were scared to go pull them out of class. And we would get these little notes that would just be like, meet me at this time of this class. And you'd go and you'd pull them out and you would take them on a walk and they'd be suicidal. And you were just their age. And they'd be like, yeah, dude, my dad beats my mom like silly every night. I just want to kill myself. And I'd be like, I don't want to be like, it was like, I had already walked away from the church in my, like, I hadn't told anybody yet, you know, secretly. And I was like being a Christian at school without being a Christian. And that was like my first experience. And I remembered like, I can still be a Christian without being a Christian. Like people are people. The church is fucking weird. But I get it because we were raised in it and our parents do it. And I love them relentlessly. And I want to get better at practicing how to be a part of everyone's, like their lives. Because that's what I want. That's what I want. I want to like rise above it. Right. And so you raise me up when I can stand on mountains. You raise me up when I can stand on mountains.
Beautiful. We are at 45 minutes, by the way.
Well, I've said that when we speak our truth, when we speak real shit, time will fucking fly.
Yeah, it will.
I love that shit, man. I love when content flows because it means we have a lot to say.
Yeah.
I hope people are listening. You know, I hope they respond.
Bring your mic to you if you're going to play a move.
Yeah, that's right. Because you don't have to stretch because you're really close to the chessboard.
I do have to stretch. See, I do have to stretch.
You're in the way of the mic.
I do have to stretch.
Wait, are you not drinking your coffee?
I drank all my coffee.
Yeah, the way you say that's like, yes, you did. He finished his coffee, folks. Zach has finished his coffee.
My coffee is gone.
It's all. You raise me up so I can ride on. Oh, God, I'm so bad improv there.
No, it was great.
Yeah, and I'm fired.
You can't go forward. You have to go diagonal.
Go fuck yourself. Don't tell me the rules. I know the rules.
Nice move.
You want to know what song we should sing right now? Sing me a song from Crazy Taxi.
Crazy Taxi. All right.
Go for it.
Oh, fuck.
You better pick somebody up before you run out of time. You better pick someone up before you run out of time. If you're whoever played Crazy Taxi on Dreamcast,
Dreamcast
was take me to the church.
And then it would
take me to the church.
It would be some like,
hey asshole,
yeah,
pick me up,
pick me up. Punk music.
There was one song though. That was
you got to start it for me because you probably remember it.
Oh, I'm forgetting. Like his voice was like,
yeah. Oh fuck! Now I'm gonna ponder on it.
This is tough, man. Like we can't really go anywhere without being. Oh, good night.
Fuck me. You got my guy there. Can't save him. He's dead. He's a goner. Fuck. This is tough.
Remember, oh. You're right. You could have gone there. And it's okay, I feel like, if we don't finish the chess game.
Oh, we have to.
I mean, checkers.
Well, we'll finish it.
I'm just like noticing maybe these more serious casts are like harder to play games in between because they're really serious. So we're like talking about serious shit.
Well, there's certain games that are tougher that you have to really think about. Checkers, chess.
Yeah, we got to play. Maybe
like Mon Cala was easy.
Jenga.
Jenga was great. You don't have to think when you do
That was
Jenga.
fun, yeah. But checkers is fun. I mean, it's just kind of like, I actually want to beat your ass. I don't want to lose anymore. Like, I don't want to like just, let's just not play. Like, let's. Interesting.
Oh, wow. Blind.
Can I go back?
No, you can't go back. That was interesting. How did I just not even see that? Magic, 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 magic. How did you get that in your mouth?
Now that's Christianity.
That's Jesus right there.
That's the book of Revelation. Right there, baby.
You can revolve me anytime you want.
I'll follow you tomorrow. Good night.
Thank you.
Let's. Oh no, you're gonna be a king. You're gonna be a king.
No, I'm gonna be a king.
Damn it. Damn.
This is when the game takes a nice turn. King me, bitch.
What does
King
that mean?
me.
How do
Put
I
one of
know?
those pieces on top of me and hunt me later.
Oh fuck. That means you're gonna go there.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I know what to do. I know what to do. I know what to do. Goodbye. Oh no, my guy's there. God damn it.
Oh, no.
I'm it's over.
Ka-tink, ka-tink, ka-tink.
Oh!
Hurts, dude. Hurts.
Whoa, dude. I feel like the eye is on me, so I'm not paying attention. That was so good.
Thanks, dude.
I hate your king.
Thanks. That was a good move.
Yeah. Give me. Not much I can do here. Where you going? Where you going, man? Want to play? You can't jump over people. You have to jump over crooked, right? Or diagonal.
Mm-hmm.
Come and get me, little bitch. Come and get me, little bitch. Where you gonna go, little bitch? Where you going?
I'm gonna get triple kinged.
No, you're not. You can't.
Then I can just fly around.
Yeah, that's really nope.
It's all.
Yeah. Helicopter. Hopefully they're going to be okay, the patients. Well, I'm shit out of luck here. Checkers is interesting, man. I wonder how long Checkers has been around.
1722.
Echo. When was Checkers invented? Echo. Volume 10. Echo. When was Checkers invented?
Checkers was founded in 1956. It is 66 years old.
1956.
That's pretty relatively new. It's a new game. This is
interesting.
brand new. This went to a few days ago.
Ew, dude.
God.
Why do you do that?
It hurts.
I've told you so many times not to do that into the mic. I even left that in that last cast.
I know. I hated it. I hated it.
Every time you do it, I'm leaving it in.
Thanks.
People can know you're disgusting.
I'm actually relatively
OCD?
perfect.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where did you learn that? The church?
No, the church taught me that I wasn't perfect, but then I taught myself I am perfect.
You're a victim. Let's go.
Is it my turn?
You're being a victim. Let's go. Stop being a victim.
You're
Let's
being a
go.
victim. Let's go. You're being a victim. Let's go. You're being a victim. Let's go.
You're doing that thing with your mouth. I can hear it in the mic.
I'm actually not. I'm trying my best to break the habit, but I am playing with my bottom teeth instead.
Go for it, man. Do what you got to do. End child labor. End child labor.
Hmm.
End it. End it.
Ooh, what a move. Why did I do that?
Let's get that king coming on. It's okay. You couldn't have stopped me anyways. King me, baby, king me.
It's going to be really sad when you lose that king really quickly here. Go. Oh, okay, now it's game time. Now it's really game time.
Bam, 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 bam. Bam, 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 bam. It's cool. It's cool. Distracting, but it's cool.
Distract me, daddy.
Oh, it's cool. I like.
Oh, you think you're too cool for your school? You got another thing coming.
The problem is like chopping. It's going to be important to chop the game up this time, like this part, and like my computer's so slow to chop it up. It just takes forever.
1080p now, baby.
Oh, that's right. Finally, this is the first one.
Even like with 1080p with proxies, man, should be pretty editable for you. Can't go sideways, gotta go diagonal.
No, but it's a king.
It's kings can't go sideways. You can go forwards and backwards with the king.
Oh, you read the rules?
I will take your face. I will put it on the ground, an inch from the ground. I'm gonna stomp on the back of your head, and then it won't be an inch from the ground
I'm
anymore.
taking that out. That's aggressive. Oh,
yeah, have fun cutting this out, dude.
I hate all this. This is taking forever.
This is taking forever.
It's taking away from our podcast.
It is taking away from our podcast. Everything you're saying is true.
Oh no.
Yeah. Oh no is right. Oh no is right.
Oh no.
I'm gonna take that piece no matter what you do.
Oh no.
Anything you do, I'll take it.
No, 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 you will not. No, you will not. No, you will not. No, you will not.
Yes, I will.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Zach, if we literally finish this whole game, it's going to take forever.
We just got to keep going. Go quicker. Just start moving.
You're just going to beat me.
Yeah. I gotta win. I have to win.
No, then it's going to take forever because you're going to think too hard. You're not doing this for the cast. You're doing this to win.
I'm always doing this to win.
Then you know what? Those boys fans in the comments, I want you guys to tell me if you care if we play these games seriously or not. Because if you want us to play serious, I'm not going to do this for. I'm not going to have no audience capture. I'm doing this for me. You're going down.
Dude, I'd like to see you try. Come on.
You're going down.
You're taking too long. Done your turn. It's your turn now. You're going to like the way you look. I guarantee it.
You're going to like the way you look.
There it is.
I guarantee it.
He smoked for sure. He's talking out of a hole in his neck.
You're going to like the way you look.
Yeah.
I guarantee it. My family loved me.
Dude, I did my on I think it was episode, I want to say 10. I was doing that and I was like, oh, gross, man. I can do that sound really well. Hurts my soul. Just keep going quick.
Could have taken me.
Mm-hmm. King me, bitch.
Dude, I don't think this is smart for us to play this fucking game. I think we can honestly say that checkers is going to take away from our cast.
Okay.
Because it's already been an hour now. And we got to go back inside soon for the
58
kids.
minutes. Yeah, we got to get dinner too.
And think about it. Like, we now know that checkers is not a game for the cast.
Well, I won.
No. You have two kings. I'm going to say it's a draw. Can we say it's a draw for the sake of the cast? For the sake of the cast, it's a
Dude,
draw.
you know I'm going to beat you.
I
though.
want to finish on a topic.
Okay, fine.
I win with it. Look at that. You see that, guys? That's called older brother move. Okay. I
I don't appreciate any of this.
don't even know how to finish anymore. You know what? Here's what we're going to finish. We're going to finish with this, okay?
What were we gonna do last time?
Yeah, but
A moment to Reddit.
Instead of jumping into just like all of the things on Reddit that I found a couple weeks ago, this is the game, or the thing I want to talk about is on Ask Reddit. It said, "What happened that made you think I'm getting older?" And this person said, "When going to the bars wasn't fun anymore." I was like,
true.
"Oh my God, that's so true." It's like, yeah, we're gonna go get a drink. You want to come? No.
Yeah.
Why not? What am I gonna do there?
It's very true.
And you could like think of like, I spent 12 years at the bars just doing that, just drinking. So when you quit drinking,
Is that how you drink?
I've decided that this is my PTSD memory when it all comes.
It just always relates back to you crushing ribs.
No, just years of me just taking things back in, like the Matrix.
Yeah. Oh, now I see.
Young people started using words and I had no idea what they meant. I picked up a lot after joining Twitch about a year ago, though. It's all good now. So I was like,
it's something I'm starting to realize with your kid is he's making me realize I'm old.
oh yeah.
I don't know what fuck he's talking about.
We don't have to be old. We can literally take everything he does. I think is so cool. So I learned this one the other day when you hands like this and you go like, I think it's like this and you go, or like maybe it's like this. You go, she.
But what does it mean?
She.
Why do you do it?
Do it.
She.
Do you feel? No, I don't know why you're doing that with your voice. Why I don't know why you're doing that with your voice. You literally are aging yourself. You better be cool. You gotta be cool with this shit, man. If you're not cool, you're gonna look weird.
Yeah, this is true.
It's she. Like, yeah, oh, it was good. But open your hand. She. And look at them. She. Yeah. She. Learned that. And then also I learned this one. Evan actually told me like on the cast, like, he was like, "Do you have merch yet?" And I was like, "Maybe someday soon." He was like, "Oh, Dad, that's next up." I was like, "Excuse me?" He was like, "Once you get merch, that's next up, man." And I was like,
next up.
Oh my God, that's next up, bro.
It's next up, dude.
It's next up.
Yeah, getting next up, dude.
Because he's just picking them up. He's just throwing them at me. And I'm like, I'm learning shit left and right. So I printed out 50 Gen Z slang words you need to know to keep from becoming chuggy.
All right, let's see how many we know.
They said chuggy.
That's probably one of them.
All right, number one, fam.
Yeah, fam. What's up, fam?
Use it in a sentence.
What's good, fam?
What's good, fam?
Yeah.
Nah, man, me and the fam are hitting the Chevys.
Yeah. Cuz. I like cuz too. What's up, cuz?
Yeah, well, hold on. We're sticking one at a time. I got a list here.
Fam.
Don't be fucking head. You think you are a millennial.
I apologize. Yeah, I'm
Cuz
sorry.
might not be a Gen Z. All right. Ew.
Sorry.
Number two, glow up.
Glow up. I've heard it. Yeah, I've heard it. Yeah.
The fact that you've heard it, like everyone watching this right now is going to be like, loser. You've heard of it?
I've heard it.
This means a makeover or transformation from bad to good.
Glow up. Like,
so
get
like,
glowed up.
Oh, baby. I don't know. It has to be like a girl, but like it could be a guy too. But oh, glow up. You're looking fancy. Glow up. That's what I think of.
Yeah, I don't know if that's how it's used though.
Then you use it.
I'm not gonna age myself.
Yeah, my fit fam came to the restaurant the other day and they were all glowed up.
We got to go quicker. We're gonna go through all 50. We gotta go
no,
way
we're not
quicker.
going through all 50. We're gonna go through we'll go through 10 for the next 10 each episode.
Yeah, okay, for sure.
2 and then I can't even 3. CEO.
Like a CEO?
Yeah. If you're the CEO of something, it means you've mastered it or you're a pro. What up, CEO?
What up, CEO?
Yo,
okay.
bro. Yo, you guys have your own podcast? Okay, CEO.
All right, CEO.
You guys got good.
Okay. That's great, Gen Z. Great job. Doing great.
Do not bash.
I'm not bashing.
You are the loser.
I'm really proud of them.
If you bash.
I'm really proud of them.
I think these are great. Okay, number 4, cancel culture. That seems to be not like if Gen Z came
That's
up
millennial culture, dude.
I mean, it's cancel culture. It's cancel culture.
Cancel culture. Cancel culture is when you get canceled.
Yeah. Cancel this. Number 5, Stan.
Stan. Like STAN?
No, it's not short for Stanley. Instead, it's a combination of stalker and fan. If you stan someone, it means you're obsessed, but not
I have no idea what that is. That's straight new to me. Never heard about it.
Stan.
Stan.
I love it. No, it's not short for stan. So I mean, stalker and fan. Ah, dude. No, they were
No,
chill.
dude,
they were
it's-
chill. They were
it's-
chill, but they were a stan.
It's not short for Stanley. That's how you gotta read it.
Yeah.
It's not short for Stanley.
It's not short for Stanley. It means like, yo, dude, they were cool, but a little cringe, a little bit of a stan. You know what I mean?
Little bit of stan.
Like, they were really huge fans, but they stalked me.
Yeah, Stan. They were Stans.
Number 6, e-boy or e-girl.
So probably just like an entertainment girl, probably a Twitch person.
Yeah, I don't know. This is similar to emo or both goth culture.
Oh, really?
Both, but they use the internet to express themselves.
Oh.
Oh my god, that's us. That's us. We're e-boys.
Okay.
What up, those boys fans? What up, TBs? We're your
What up,
e-boys
TBs and
for
my
today.
e-boys?
Yeah. What up, TBs? We're your e-boys for today. And let's get started because we are the CEOs of cancel culture. We don't like stans. Not big fan of stans.
Please no Stans.
But honestly, our fans are like totally our fam. Fit fam. Glow up out there. You guys are looking beautiful.
Yeah.
Glow up.
Just start trying to be as cool as possible.
Number 7, W.
Like take the W.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To most, it's just a letter of the alphabet, but to Gen Zers, it simply means win.
Yeah. Take the W, baby.
Number 8, or use it in a sentence.
Number 8, use that in the
No,
sentence.
use W in a sentence.
Oh, we got the W, baby.
We
got the dub.
We got that dub.
We got that dub.
We got that dub.
I get dubs on the daily. We got a dub last night.
We got dub last night. Number 8, dank.
That's some good dank.
That's the thing is like that's not a Gen Z. It's been around like explaining
Are
cannabis
they
and
talking?
weed.
Yeah, they talking about cannabis. They talking about like
if
being
something
cool.
is dank, it's excellent or very high quality.
That's dank. Yeah, that's old school though.
Those boys podcast.
Pretty dank.
Fucking dank.
Yeah, fucking dank, dude. Fucking
Number 9,
dank.
ghosting. How many times have you ghosted in your life?
Never.
I've been ghosted so many times.
I've never been ghosted. No girl would ever ghost me.
Every time I was ghosted in my life, it reminded me of my religious trauma. Seriously, not even kidding. This term is common amongst the earlier talking stages of a relationship. Ghosting someone means you start ignoring them or stop texting them back. Hey, what are you doing tonight?
Dude, you know what I hated?
Never hear from them ever again.
You know what I hate in date culture is still a thing in the younger dating culture, but it's if you double text, you're like a sissy.
Oh yeah, you're such a
So
weirdo.
you only text once, and if she doesn't text back, then she doesn't want to text you.
Me and my past 17 years old being ghosted, 55 texts later. Do you think maybe I should get a therapist? Do you think maybe there's a problem with me?
I would just call the girl out.
I would just, yeah, that's
I'd
what
be
I
like,
do.
hey, you're not fucking talking to me anymore, and if you're not going to talk to me, let me fucking know.
That
and
girl's-
they'd be like, I'm not talking to you anymore.
That
It's
girl,
like, okay.
yeah, exactly. That girl's with her friends. They're like, what a fucking stan.
Who just tells you what they're thinking?
They're like, what a stan.
What a stan.
He's like way more of a fan than a stalker.
Get glow
rid of
up,
him.
girl. Get glowed up.
Yeah, you need to go find those CEOs and like, you know what I'm saying? Fuck that cancel culture, that stan. He's
Cancel
such an
culture.
e-boy.
E-boy.
Anyways, girl, you're a W. Honestly, you're a W in our fam.
Take the W and just get him out of your life.
Take a W, you glow up, get the fuck out there. Fuck the stands.
Fuck the stands.
So coming in at number 10 here for the podcast of is salty.
Yeah. Feeling kind of salty about that.
Gen Zs use this term when they are feeling jealous.
Jealousy is
So
so
when
salty.
you-
I thought salty was pissed off.
When you get ghosted by somebody and then you see them dating somebody else, you're like, oh, that's salty.
Dude, I had this e-girl ghost me the other day, and I got pretty salty from
All
her.
right,
man.
here we go. Ready? Nah, man. I went on a. Okay, here we go. So I went on this date the other day with this e-girl. It was pretty dank at first. Thought I had the W, but honestly, man, she kind of turned out to be a stan. So I had to cancel culture that. I'm a
Yeah.
CEO
Yeah,
of
you
like
are.
dating. I've been doing this a long time.
Yeah.
And if there's one thing I know about the fam is I'm not going to bring any sort of stands into the fam.
Yeah, def.
But anyways, I stayed glowed up, came back
Yeah.
home, played some games with the bros, and we went to bed.
Yeah, got a W too.
We got a dub that night, yeah.
Yeah.
W got a dub.
Yeah, straight. Dude,
Ghosted her.
straight up, fam.
Straight up ghosted her.
Well played. That was good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Dude,
I mean,
great clip.
you-
All the Gen Zers are going to love it.
You want to try?
Oh, yeah. I'll give it a go.
You got 10. Split the pages apart. Thank you. You're
Fam,
welcome.
glow up. Cancel culture CEO Stan.
Just look at them. Go for it. Good luck. Godspeed.
Oh, dude, I think you just did it so well, though.
It's okay. We can just leave it if you want to just leave it. I think the rules are you should have to try to use all of them in a quick little bit. You can't do dating though.
I know. That's why I'm like, this is tough. This is really tough. Looking at him is tougher.
Just get it.
All right. I was watching some e-boys the other day, man, on that Twitch feed. it, dude. I can't. That's
Dude,
that.
You got to take. Yeah, I think you got to take the L. We'll
I'm
figure
gonna
out.
take
You gotta take the L. We haven't even learned what the L is yet. We'll come up on that in the next cast.
Hopefully, we learn what that is.
Thank you, everybody.
Thanks for watching, those boys fans.
I'll be lasted this long. We love you. See you next Friday.
Yeah.
Bye bye.
Next Friday or Sunday or whatever day that we record them. Oh, wait, we release them on Friday. Do this every time.
I love you, buddy. I love you too, buddy.
Love you, Nate. Ben.
Cold.
Watching an E-boy the other day on the Twitch.